In 2019, the MGA introduced our newest platform, the MGA Honors. This year, we had 4 new recipients to the Hall of Merit, celebrating their great contributions to golf in the Met area and beyond.
Over a century ago, her words encouraged more women to play. His is the first name you'll see on the U.S. Amateur Trophy. He became famous for his work behind the lens, while he brought discrimination into focus. Now, we honor 4 individuals who made us look at this game just a little differently. Despite achieving so many firsts, John Shippen somehow slipped through history's crack. The son of a black Presbyterian minister and a Native American, he was likely the first American-born golf professional. His parents moved to the Shinnecock Reservation, providing John an opportunity to caddy and give lessons at Shinnecock Hills. And could he play? While showing the 2-time British Open champion Willie Park Jr. around the course, he beat him. The members were so impressed that they paid his entry into the second U.S. Open in 1896. However, the international players threatened to boycott if non-whites were allowed to compete. A racial controversy ensued, but it was quickly extinguished by the USGA. A first-round 78 over his home course brought another first. John Shippen became the first American to lead the Open. In the second and final round, an 11 eliminated his hopes for victory. Still, he finished 5th. Shippen worked at several other high-profile courses before settling at the Shady Rest Country Club in Scotch Plains, New Jersey, a black-owned and operated facility. He was their greenskeeper and head professional for more than 30 years. A father of 5, all of whom graduated from college, he would later reflect, "Sometimes I wonder if I did the right thing when I quit school and went into golf. Maybe I should have gone to Yale like my brother." I wonder until I look out the window and see that golf course. Then I realize how much enjoyment I've gotten out of the game, and I don't wonder anymore. Genevieve Hecker Stout's appreciation for golf began at Weburn, where she learned that no better fun can be imagined than playing in a tournament. She triumphed in many, including 4 Metropolitan Golf Championships, the forerunner of today's prestigious WMGA match play. In 1901, good things happened when her family joined Appowamus, a place where she would meet her future husband, Charles T. Stout, and where, as an 18-year-old, she rose to national prominence. The U.S. Amateur was played at Baltusrol that year, and Genevieve defeated Lucy Heron 5-3. The following year, she retained the Cox Cup in yet another convincing finale. Her success prompted the Chicago Sun-Tribune to conclude that as far as her iron play was concerned, she had no superior among the women in this country, and few men could compete with her either. Equally adept with a pen, Genevieve wrote that a woman's place in golf has been so comparatively unimportant that no woman has felt it incumbent upon her to blaze the path for her faltering yet enthusiastic sisters. Happily, that time is now gone, and it is gone never to return. Words that give you a good sense of her fiery spirit. Hecker Stout's lasting legacy was published in 1904, simply titled Golf for Women. She offered insights on every aspect of the game. Well, except this one. And to quote Genevieve, the question of corsets is one that a woman can decide for herself. Have to admit, I can't argue with that one. This 200-page tour de force and a series of magazine articles cemented her position as golf's first female author. Jules Alexander's breathtaking images enriched the written words of so many. He began photographing legends at the tender age of 15. From there, Jules ventured to the South Pacific, serving with naval reconnaissance during the war. B-24 landing strips gave way to New York City fashion runways, and working with the celebrity icons of the day. In 1959, the U.S. Open came to his backyard at Wingfoot. So he issued himself an assignment: identify a golfer who captivated the lens. And boy, did he ever. His practice round photos of Ben Hogan are timeless and fulfill what he found to be most satisfying about his craft: to freeze moments that can't be recreated. Having never before met, the often camera-shy Texan must have sensed a kinship. He waited for Jules to use 3 cameras on this portrait entitled Alone on the Green. His Nikon and his vision produced countless photographs that day, and they provided the framework for one of golf's most popular books, The Hogan Mystique. Decades later, candid moments from another great led to another coffee table classic, Tiger Woods in black and white. Though Jules covered hundreds of tournaments, none was perhaps more special than the MGA father-son, which he won twice with his son Carl. And his heart was never far from Westchester Country Club, where he once carried a 5 handicap. His pictures adorn the clubhouse there, just as they graced the World Golf Hall of Fame and Golf House, where Valerie Hogan chose an Alexander original to be the centerpiece of the room that celebrates her husband. Seemingly, Jules worked right up until his last breath at age 90, preserving golf's essence and its essential players for all eternity. The arc of Charles Blair MacDonald's life took a dramatic turn when he left Chicago to study at St. Andrews University. Once there, the 16-year-old discovered golf, met old Tom Morris, and never looked back. When he returned home in 1874, there were no courses to play. Soon thereafter, the man who had earned the moniker the father of American golf architecture built the country's first 18-hole tract. MacDonald would also build a reputation on the competitive landscape. Disappointing losses in 2 national events run by clubs prompted him to grumble that a true national championship must be conducted by one governing body. His resilient voice provided the impetus behind the formation of the USGA. In 1895, the very first official national amateur was played and won by none other than the boisterous, though some said bombastic, stockbroker. CB's record 12-11 margin of victory still stands today. Locally, he left his thumbprint, sometimes literally, on courses like Sleepy Hollow, The Creek, and Piping Rock. But he poured all his passion into the National Golf Links of America, the Southampton gem that has inspired architects around the globe. His practice of recreating classic design features from holes in the British Isles became CB's calling card. In his book, Scotland's Gift, Golf, he concludes by encouraging us all to pursue the game for diversion, health, and companionship. He notes that when we endeavor to find the soul of golf, we may also discover our own soul. The MGA's Hall of Merit Class of 2020, 4 souls who found their soul in the game we all love.